program where we are looking for talented youth. We bring them together, and there are special classes, and we teach them about politics. We are giving them debating lessons, media training. So what we need is, we don't have them now, what we need is strong Islamic leaders. We don't have them now, we have to be honest. And we need them for the future, especially in Western Europe, but also here in Canada. So that is very important. It's also very important, of course, that we have to be aware of the fact that it's too easy to only point out to politicians and to the media and things their fault. We are not perfect. We have to admit that as a Muslim community, we are not always giving the right example by far. So we have to invest in our own community as well. We have to realize that we are representing Islam. So the way we behave, the way we act, reflects on Islam as a whole, on a community as a whole. So as long as we are acting in an appropriate way, that is easy for Islamophobic people to say, you see, that is Islam. So whatever happens, if they are attacking you, in media or in debates, it's very important that you're not aggressive, that you keep on smiling, whatever happens, keep polite. The dialogue is okay. Dialogues are very good. Dialogues are the basis of every civilization. But we have to be sure that we do it in the right way. So that means that we don't need extremism in both sides. Because one of the agendas of the enemies of Islam, of the lobby against Islam, is divide and conquer. And they are very successful in it. What they are trying to do, and especially in Europe, especially in the Netherlands, they are doing a great job. It is in dividing the community. So we have a lot of people, with Turkish mosque and Moroccan mosque, and they don't speak to each other. Then we have, all different religious lines, like Salafi and Shia, and they all are set up against each other. And that is something that has to stop. Because if we're not united, we cannot fight Islamophobia by far. So that's also a call that, be aware of the fact that this is going on, that they are trying to set us up against each other. And another thing is that the implementation of the so-called Islam Light or Western Islam, that is the agenda that they try to establish that every Muslim is like following the Western kind of Islam, as they call it. They call it a moderate or liberal Islam. That's because Islam by itself is a moderate religion. But it's a little bit like the Ahmadiyya kind of Islam. That's what they are promoting. And that means that you have to shave your beard and not wear a hijab, and it's not necessary to pray 5 times a day. Maybe you can go to the mosque maybe on Friday if it's really necessary. That's very important that we are aware of that, the fact that that is going on. It's very important that we are defending the Muslim identity. So we have the right to use our religion in the way as the way it should be. There is only one Islam. There are no different Islams. People ask me, what kind of Muslim are you? Are you belong to that mosque or that group or that's I would say I'm a Muslim. Alhamdulillah. That's it. I don't belong. I don't want to be put in a certain box or in one place. I'm a Muslim, and I think that is the message for all of us. Be aware that you are a Muslim. You are a Muslim. Be proud of being a Muslim. Stand firm for what you are. Protect your own identity. Tell it to your children. That's why it's so important that we have our own education and our own Islamic schools, because that is what our children are learning, at least in Western Europe and regular high schools. If you're a Muslim, that's okay. But you don't have to go to a mosque. It's not necessary to read the Quran. That's the agenda of assimilation instead of integration. And it is very dangerous. So again, I don't want to scare people or something, but I think it's very important that we are aware of the fact that Islamophobia is growing. It is coming to Canada as well. And we have to be prepared for it. And we have to fight it in a very in a civilized way, in a peaceful way. But it's unfortunately it will reach also the Canadian border. It's already has. And it's a challenge for the future. But if we are again together, stand together, stay strong, be strong, stay firm, get united. I have to repeat it, get united. And most and for all, wake up. Wake up. A lot of people are still sleeping. A lot of people think it's not going to happen here in Canada. You know, I have my family, I have a job, I have a house, I have a beautiful car. Alhamdulillah, everything is fine. That is naive. That is naive. Think about your children. Think about your grandchildren. So again, I'm not saying that I know everything. Of course, I know what the enemies of Islam are doing. I know their strategy. I'm using the skills that they have learned me now, and the education and the experience. I'm using it now to protect the Islamic community against it. That is probably why they hate me, because they think I'm a traitor. That's what they tell me all the time. But I think it's very important that you know that this is going on. And again, stay united, get united, invest in the future, invest in your children, and get awake, don't sleep anymore, because this is a serious situation and we have to act as a community as well. We all have to act as well against